You hit him with the El Rafael.
I'm basic. Am I not Casey Jones, right?
Yeah.
Casey Jones would thrive in this world.
Casey Jones was
With that mask on and
built
stuff?
for this world, dude. He was ahead of his time.
Really,
he
though?
was just ready. He was the original Doomsday Prepper, probably.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nick.
I'm Mike.
We are the Brothers Merch. Today on the Game House, we were playing Dying Light.
The board game.
Which, of course, is based off of Gilmore Girls.
It is absolutely a spin-off to the Golden Girls, which is a spin-off of Gilmore Girls. This is Dying Light, the board game. This is made by Glass Cannon Unplugged, pardon me, who are sponsoring this playthrough, so thank you to Glass Cannon for that.
This, of course, is based off the Dying Light video games.
Very popular video game series where there's infected running around. You're kind of doing parkour, climbing buildings, jumping down.
With day and night phases. Night gets wild, you know?
It's bad, we'll tell you that right now. This is a cooperative game where it's going to be scenario-based and stuff, and we have a demo kind of scenario to show you, to give you the idea of the kind of...
Because they're in the middle of the campaign, you know, so make sure to check out the campaign down in the description below.
Please do that, and we will show you kind of how this game works. So we'll give you an overview of the game first, show you kind of what the phases are going to look like and how we're going to make use of our actions, and we'll hop right into our two-player play of Dying Light, the board game.
In Dying Light, the board game, players will take on the roles of runners who are trying to complete the objectives of their scenario. Each scenario will have a number of steps that you will go through shown on these cards. You will play the game in the city, and depending on where you are in the scenario, it may be daytime or nighttime. If it's the daytime phase, the players will get to activate their runners in any order that they choose. At nighttime, the turn order will be determined by flipping over these activation cards. All players will roll out their dice, and then when it's their turn, they will take their actions, and you may take the same action more than once. To take an action, you'll have to place your die in the activation row here. Note that the symbols on the dice represent boosts that you will get when using them, but they don't dictate what action that die may be used for. You may place a die in your activation row to move your runner one zone. You may climb to the top of a building or over a wall, and this takes one die plus one more for every level you're climbing. So if you want to go from the ground to this one-story building, it will be 2 dice total. Though if you use a die with this climb boost, you get to use 1 less die. When you are at an elevation, you may jump and cross 2 zones. This costs 2 dice unless you use a die with the jump boost, and then it only costs 1. You will also have to roll at least 1 risk die when jumping, as jumping is, risky. You may do a utility action and use a card in your inventory to interact with something on the board. Unless the thing you're doing has a focus keyword, this does not take a die. And lastly, you may fight. There are a whole bunch of infected around, and sometimes you gotta go through them. When you attack, you'll use the weapon that you have. You may do a standard attack for 1 die and do the top option, or you may spend 1 die and then fatigue a die to do the special attack. Fatigue dice won't come back to your dice pool for a couple rounds. This red die symbol shows how many attack dice you will roll. Each type of enemy has a toughness value, and you must meet or exceed this value in order to kill that infected. Note that if you attack with the boosted die, you may do your special attack without fatiguing a die. So those are the actions you can do. Let's talk about these risk dice. Most times when performing an action, if they're infected in your area, you'll have to roll risk dice. You'll do this after performing your action. This can either give you a wound, make you fatigue a die, gain you extra exposure, or spawn more infected. Note that if you use a die with the evade symbol, you get to ignore 1 risk. The last thing we need to talk about is your momentum. This game is all about trying to maintain your tempo and your momentum. If you place a die in this gold momentum spot, you'll gain your momentum die next round. This has more boosts on it. When you have momentum, you will have extra abilities shown on your skill card, and your gear has momentum boosts as well. You want to always be in momentum if you can. Okay, so that's how you take your turn. Once all players have taken their turn, you'll have to do an exposure phase. Each player will have to draw out their exposure cards, and how many is determined by how many dice you played in that round. Note that if you got extra exposed by a risk roll, you'll have to draw 1 extra exposure card. Exposure cards are how the enemies spawn, move, and attack. You will draw the appropriate amount of cards and then activate the symbols. You'll first spawn new enemies, and during the day this will be biters. You'll then move enemies into your area, and then any enemies in your area will attack you. Each enemy does attack damage shown here on their card. When you are attacked, if you have dice left over, you can place them in your dice row to defend 1 damage, and if a die has a shield on it, it blocks 1 more damage. Any damage you take gains you wounds. When you take a wound, you gain a wound card face down. This is a light wound. But when you gain another, you flip this card face up. This is now a heavy wound, and if any runner ever gets 4 heavy wounds, the players immediately lose. Okay, so that's the basics of the game. Let's go over what is different in the night. As stated, in the day, players get to choose in which order the runners activate, but at night that's decided by these activation cards. And there is a card for the enemies as well. When this card comes up, each type of enemy will do a special activation. Note that you will still do an exposure phase at the end of the round. This mid-round activation doesn't stop all the exposures you're gaining. Also, once it's nighttime, when you spawn enemies, you spawn virals instead of biters, which are a lot worse. You'll work your way through the scenario fighting enemies, doing sweet parkour, and trying to stay alive. And that is a quick look at Dying Light, the board game.
So I guess makes you the leader, because you
I don't know about that.
You got the big stick.
It's a sign to be fair,
it's a sign of death to come. Like it's pointing toward one outcome. Shouts out to publishers.
I'm only
going
gonna
the extra
move
mile.
pieces with this, Mike. I'm just gonna move them like this.
It's really just it's just a functional.
I think it's cool though.
Thing.
I'm excited to have this as a prop.
Yeah. So shouts out. That's awesome. Nick, we got our runners ready to roll.
We do.
We got infected around. We've got our first objective. Let's get into the story real quick. Escaping the junkyard. You there? I don't know which hole you crawled out of, but you sure got it in your heads. Got in over your heads. That gate just closed behind you. It ain't open anytime soon. There's a nest right next to yous, and it's almost dawn. Do the math. Do what I say, though, and you might make it. The fence is live. There's 2 switches, southeast, northwest of your location. Flip them to kill it, and you go out the northern gate. Bing! Now tell me you copy all that, stay on the channel, and go. So we cannot climb these fences or get out of here. We have to open the gate.
And normally you can climb walls, but not these ones.
So they interact with these 2 switches.
Yep.
And then once we operate the second switch, we'll read the next story bit, which I imagine will be our getting the heck out of here. So we're still in daytime.
So we have
for the moment
this here,
right there,
and here.
Right there.
This makes sense.
It's so practical that like it'd be crazy not to use it.
This one and this one. Yep. There's the nest right there.
Right there.
So and then here's our gate.
Right there.
So we gotta flip these switches, which will be an action, and then the gate will open and we'll move on. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And we got biters everywhere, and biters aren't super rough.
They're not the worst, but
there are a bunch of them.
And if they all come up at you, and we do have a nest right there in the middle, and there's a backpack, so we can get some like gear.
You get a little bit of loot, if we want to. We do have a starting weapon. And then who are you, Mike? I am Rowan.
I'm Gale. All right, so I was, I think, a former kind of doctor, because it says, since they hit the reset button, the old Hippocratic Oath got a whole new spin.
That's right.
Not easy to do no harm when your patients are out to eat you, but hey, I'm just about dodging teeth. Boom. So, we're making the best of what we can.
Yeah.
I have safe landing, so my little skill is that I can reroll a risk die, 1 die, when jumping, which is an inherently risky action.
Yeah, that is nice.
And if I have the momentum die, I'm rocking a tempo. Then after a jump, I get 1 evasion to do my next action. A little free bonus evasion.
So I have perfect dodge. So when I'm defending with an evasion die, it's worth +1. It's worth +1 defense. So
nice.
That's definitely nice. And then my momentum ability is that at the end of exposure, I can shift 1, which means I can move 1 zone over at the end of exposure.
That's nice.
Which means I can kind of get away a little bit, which is nice.
Very cool. Well,
so decide who's going to go first. We're in
daytime.
Phase. We're only going to be in day phase for 1 phase because we switch over to day going into round 8. We start this scenario in round 7.
This is kind of just for anyone. This is sort of like a demo scenario.
Yes. Everything is prototype, including this.
Yeah. Everything is prototype. This is meant to kind of be a demo for the game.
These will be made out of titanium.
Yeah, 100%. Pure gold leaf on those bad boys. So we're going to get after it.
So who do you want to go first? Because we have to choose before we roll.
Right.
We're both kind of the same right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of...
Why don't you go first then? Okay. We'll both roll, but why don't you go first?
I'll go first. So roll out me dice. Get them up here. Got a little parkour die.
Okay, so I got a jump boost, an evade boost, and a push.
I got something that makes it a little easier to climb up, to spend 1 less die to climb.
Oh, God, you can climb up. Only spend 1 die to climb up here, then hop over and try to maybe avoid some of these biters.
That is interesting.
Are you a biter?
Well, your food. I think
Mikey,
I will.
how many times we drop in the parkour?
Dude.
The whole game is about parkour.
If it hasn't already been dropped in already, it will. It's one of my favorite episodes of The Office. It's definitely one of the best cold opens.
Is it better than the fire alarm one?
No, but it's right up there with one of the best cold opens of The Office. Yeah, 100%. I start reading this, I'm like, oh, it's going to favor. It's going to feature heavily. Parkour! In this episode. Anyway, so speaking of parkour, I am going to climb up onto this little building just there.
So normally it takes 1 die plus 1 die per height.
And
so like this one over here would be 3 extra die because it's 3 stories high. But this one, because Mike has his climb ability, it's only 1 die for the action.
So it'll be 1 die for the action since we're only going level 1.
Oh, I'm sorry, I moved
there. And then I'm kind of thinking I can jump. Maybe I can leap to the other building.
could.
360 spin onto the palace, backflip gainer into the trash can.
You know, if you're jumping, you get to re-roll a risk die.
I know.
So you're kind of like good at that, technically.
Yeah, and ooh. I mean, here, let me think about this. I think what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna do this and with the evade, so I can basically negate one of the risk anyway to do the jump and not even have to worry about the roll. Because re-rolling's cool, but I could just re-roll another bad result.
Yeah, because it's 2 die to jump.
So there's no one in the zone that I'm leaving, the area, I should say. So I'll do this little gainer parkour. And the one risk that I would have to, because jumping is dangerous, I will negate with the evade. Now,
if you get one more die on there, then you have to draw an extra exposure card, but you do get a momentum.
It's true. And I want that momentum. I'm just trying to think.
But the good thing is if you stay up here, these biters can't get to you because biters can't climb.
I know.
They got big teeth,
backpack,
no hands.
Though. I want that. I want whatever that loot is.
You want to hop down there?
Kinda.
I mean, you can.
I'd have to.
Is it bait? Probably not. It's probably like a sword. There is a biter down there.
There is a biter down there. But I can keep this back for defense.
Well, to be fair, though, if you were going to do that, I would say have moved down here then instead of jumping. Because then moving would only be one die, so you might as well, if then that situation, you could try and hit them and just.
I'd have to retcon too much stuff. I'd have to undo my whole turn at this point. We're going to move forward. I'm just going to wait then. I'm just going to hang out.
Ooh, okay. All right, so you got a couple things to defend. Well, you don't have to defend.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be me. I feel like I should do what the scenario asks us to do and go get some switches. Gosh, I'm gonna have to walk through this area with these butts, huh? I don't really want to, but I also don't want to have to climb up and then try and jump. It just seems like an unnecessary. Well, I do have so I can jump with one less die. It'd be 2 dice to climb up. Is that silly? Ooh.
I mean, you've got your little push thing. You could just get in there and push
Yeah, what I'm going to do is this maybe is kind of a silly way to kind of go about all this. But
we're silly here.
No, you know what I'll do is I'll just go 1 movement into here.
Okay.
And then I will spend another movement to move out. I am using the evade die, which means I can negate one of these risks. Since I'm moving out of an area with 2 infected, I will have to roll normally 2 risk dice, but I'm only going to roll 1 because I use an evade. Ooh, I got a blank. That's grand. Okay, so I didn't have anything. Okay, so then I feel like I definitely want to flip the switch, so I'll go ahead and do that. And flipping the switch is free?
It's a quick action, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a quick action, so it's free.
All right.
So boom. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and try and attack this infected here. I'll do it with this one so I can push them if I don't succeed. So I'm going to use my cricket stick. So it's going to be 1 damage die. They have toughness of 4. Easy. Ooh,
nice.
Boom. They did. I'll quick back. Went like.
You hit him with the El Rafael.
I'm basically, am I not Casey Jones, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Casey Jones would thrive in this world.
Casey Jones was
with that mask on and
built
stuff
for this world, dude. He was ahead of his time.
Really,
he was just ready. He was the original Doomsday Prepper, probably. Dang, that's a good.
Okay,
call.
that's great. So I have one more, although I could, but I kind of want to get to my momentum die.
I know. I regret that I didn't. I think I did I think you're right.
So
I could have moved better in my first turn than I did.
This may be silly, but I think I'm gonna go 1, 2.
Sure.
And I'm gonna climb up.
Climb up. Yep.
Now, granted, now I have to draw 3 exposure cards, but they can't get to me. Now we could draw a bunch of spawns and just spawn a bunch of biters around here, but then I could like jump down to here. You can jump down there. We can figure it out. But now at least they can't get to us.
Sure.
Right?
Currently, yeah.
And I'm in my momentum area, so I'll have my momentum die next round.
Nice.
We're working. We're like capoeira, you know?
Yeah.
Got to keep the movement going, you know?
We're in the flow state right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I should have got my tempo, my momentum up.
Right, yeah.
Tempo die. Oh, well.
Hey, that's what it is. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the exposure phase. So each of us, what zone has the most exposure? Me, actually. So we'll start with me because you look at your exposure here, how many die you use, how much exposure you have. So I have 3. So we're going to go 1, a move, 2, sunlight advantage. At the end of the exposure phase, I may move 1 for free. Ooh, I'm going to pop.
That's even better.
Down, baby. And then 2 more moves. That's great. Okay. So basically 3 things are going to move, but nothing's going to move because they would be moving into my area and they can't move. Now, if we have all these other zombies, they can climb and they would come up to me, but these biters can't, so they're all just not going to move. That's actually great because I didn't roll any spawns. And then at the end of the exposure phase, I can move 1 for free.
After,
So
I guess should I do my exposure then too?
Yeah, I guess because at the end of the exposure phase.
So mine's only 1 because I didn't get to the 2, and there's just gonna be 1 move again, which won't really factor in at this moment.
Again, if we rolled spawns, then we'd be spawning more biters. That's actually that was pretty great.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, I should probably move.
I think you should.
But I either have to move in here.
Just jump down here. There's no one in there.
But then I have to move out of the fire. It's gonna cause risk. But I guess moving here, I'd have to do 2 risks to get out of there.
Yeah.
So I might as well pop down here into the fire.
This is a campfire.
You know.
Okay,
cool.
It's just a campfire in a hollowed out Honda, like you do in this world.
An old Civic, it's the perfect
campfire. A little bit of ambiance.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, so it's the end of the round, so we're moving to the next round, which means we're going to be moving into the night phase.
Dun, dun, dun. The darkness is upon us.
Yeah, because the exposure phase and then the end phase. Okay, so one thing that's going to happen at the end of the phase here is you check to see, do you have momentum? I do have momentum, so I will get my momentum die.
Yeah, I do not. Not yet.
Make sure you get it this time, then I think.
I had to stretch. I got to stretch first. I really got to think about it. I haven't done my breathing exercises this morning. I really just got to get it lined up. Got to get it lined up.
All right, so we're going to go into now the night phase because we only have 1 time in day. This was the easy part, basically. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of reset our exposure decks.
Flip them to the night side,
which is gonna be worse, girl.
We're not advantaged in the night.
No,
they
not.
very much are. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So then we're gonna flip over all of these cards. So basically, all the infected are gonna be viable at this point. And then in this scenario, we are going to spawn a howler
in each nest.
Yep.
Boom. So I'm gonna go back here,
right there.
And
the howlers are basically gonna be like, hey, bruv.
Hey, fresh meat over here, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, bro, get some meat.
Exactly. It's exactly how they sound, I'm assuming. I haven't played the video game, but I assume that's how they sound. They're just like soccer hooligans, Hey.
Yeah. There's a guy going like, warriors come out to play. It's just that, basically.
Exactly. So now, while we're spawning and stuff, we're going to be spawning like virals and stuff. And virals and volatiles can now climb. Biters couldn't, but they can.
Yeah, and biters still around and stuff.
Oh, they're still around. They're shambling. Yeah. They're shuffling.
I'll get it. I'm coming. I'll be there in a minute. I'm ready to bite. That's my name. I'm a biter. I was G'd in my previous life, but now
so strong. So strong right here.
Reduced down to my job, which is biting people.
I'm a twister. I twist people. Sorry, we're way off a little now. So we're going to roll, but we don't get to choose when we activate anymore. We have to go by the activation cards. Ooh, I got a lot of symbols.
Okay. I got all but 1 are symboled.
Okay, and I gotta remember that my gear now gives me bonuses because I'm in the flow state, the momentum state.
Beauty.
Okay, so now we go off this. So we each have an activation card in here, but then so do the infected, and so on top of the exposure phase, where they do a lot of their stuff.
And the infected will do, again, what's listed on their night ability or activation, and then they'll still, have the exposure.
Indeed, and there is a UV spot up there, but it is on the other side of town.
Very far away.
It's gonna be me. I am first, because I am yellow. It's gonna be my... Okay, so the question is, Mikey, what should I do? Should I pop in here and try...
I think we got to get this gate open, right? Like, we literally can't get out of the area any which way.
I was kind of hoping you would go first, go in there and do it, and then I can move, but since I'm first, I guess I might as well. So I will move. I am going to use an evade die, which is going to negate 1 risk. When you move out of a spot with fire, you have to roll risks. So I'm just not going to do that.
There's a chance you can be on fire.
I'm just going like around it.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a chance you could be on fire. There's a surprising amount of people who are on fire for a second before they know it.
Yeah.
Like they're just sort of on fire and you're like, you're on fire right now. And they're like, what are you talking about? I would know. And you're like, okay.
I am going to activate this right here.
Okay.
Which I think will read our thingy, yeah?
So once a runner interacts with the last switch, remove the gate and reveal card S2. So gate is gone.
Bye, gate.
Card S2 says, the radio perks up. Setting up that perimeter took us over a month, just so you know. Anyway, night's coming, and you're not exactly out of the woods yet. A buddy of mine's got a safe house nearby with a UV source, a 2-story condo northeast of the junkyard. Oh, 2-story condo. Okay, cool. I'm sure you're itching to get a suntan, but I scratched your back already, so you owe me. I've got a stash and a marked vent on the roof of a Chinese joint in the northwest. Emergency type, take all you want. It'll sure come in handy. Just bring along a small black box that's there with the other stuff. As soon as the conversation's over, your GRE lights up. There are inhibitors nearby. So we have 2 2s, and we have to get both of these.
We have to get both of them to move on?
I think so. I mean, he's talking about, well, I think one of them, the inhibitors, is like a nice thing to get.
Nice
and then
boost,
another
yeah.
one. So if we claim the stash, interact with 2, number 2, and reveal card S2A, and to get the inhibitors, pick up the inhibitor card and reveal card S2B.
So we got to get to 3 ultimately?
Yeah, so once remover moves on to building 3, we go reveal S3. So we have, I guess, a couple of options.
So I think these are 2 things that we can probably get if we haven't done it.
Yeah, so here's the thing, it's
like
it might be that if we don't get whatever, they said make sure you get a black box, so if we don't have that, maybe we have a different outcome.
Yeah, who knows?
Know.
Okay.
So we will see.
Okay, so that was my one action.
Yes.
Okay, so now we
So
can
the fence no longer has movement restrictions, so you
Yes.
can't hop over the fence
Now
and
I can
stuff
hop-
like that.
So my question is, I'm right next to a fence. Should I just hop this thing?
You
I
could.
do have a climb ability. It's not jumping, it's climbing.
Yep, you have to climb over the
So
fence.
if I do that,
You don't have to pay 1 die.
which I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna go blop. And I do have to roll a risk because I'm leaving a spot with them. So
You're leaving an area with 2 of them. There's another one right down there.
oh, blop. Oh, roll.
wow,
That's
the
bad.
blanks
That's
are
bad because it means we're
king.
not gonna roll that
Yeah,
later.
that's very possible.
Okay, so I blopped into here.
Blop is like a key word in this world. It's very important. It's
Blopped, we blammed.
it's our money. You got the blop?
This is 14 blops, man. Okay, so now the thing is I could climb up to here
True.
and then maybe like hip hop over to there.
Interesting.
I think I might climb up again. Ooh, I'm getting worried though.
I think you have to incur more risk.
Yeah, I think I might
Oh, you can evade it though. Yeah, smart.
evade it.
So now you didn't have to get. You didn't get the discount on the.
Yeah, the climb. So it's going to cost me 2 die because I'm going up 1 level.
Yeah.
And then I have to roll the risk. I don't have to roll the risk die because I didn't evade.
Yep.
Now, I am in here with a. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do 1 more. Oh, I'm getting scared. I'm gonna do 1 more. Well, I might do more. We'll see. I'm gonna try to attack because I have a push here. So at the very least, I'll just push them off the building.
Yeah.
Which won't kill them, but they'll be down, not with me, and they can't get up.
They'll be offended.
They'll be really annoyed about it. And so I'm just gonna do again my cricket stick. Blop.
Cricket. Oh, not quite. Their
Bummer.
toughness is 4, so
Yeah.
it takes a 4 or higher to
But I
knock
will
them out.
push them, so I'm just gonna push them down. Or do I want? Is there an area? I'm gonna push them here,
Sure.
just in case we're walking that way. So my question is I could now jump to here with this. The problem is,
You're
I would then be with a biter.
You're gonna for sure get attacked.
yeah. So I think I
But
might.
It's. I mean,
It's
the
one
biter,
biter?
they do 1 damage.
Right.
1 damage.
Right.
1 damage. You can use. I mean, you have some equipment. You could use that to.
Dude, what could possibly go wrong? Go for it.
Literally so much.
So I can only
Yeah.
jump for. I jump for usually for
2 dice. It
2
costs
dice, but now it's 1 less.
with the booted.
But it still does incur a risk because I am jumping somewhere. There it is. There's a wound.
Get wounded.
There's a wound.
Get snagged on
It's a
some
light
wire.
wound, so it's face down.
Yep.
And we're going to go sweet gainer.
Backflip gainer.
Okay. I think that's it
Nice.
for me.
That's
Yeah?
pretty sweet.
I got pretty far
sequence.
there. That was a
Pretty sweet
good
sequence.
turn.
Yeah, that was a really good turn.
But I'm going to have to draw 3 exposure cards.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right. Who's up next? Ooh, it's you.
Okay.
Okay, so it means they're going to move and then we're going to do the exposure, which is maybe not really great, but
Oh, that's interesting.
what are you going to do?
All right, man. What are do gonna I?
We got what I'm doing gonna I.
I'm gonna move down. I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna look at that backpack. I'll drop down there.
Back down here, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick checkaroo on this backpack. See what's going on.
Okay.
So we're gonna draw a card. It's a common loot.
Common loot.
Ooh, a syringe. Ooh, quick. There's a quick action, so this would not take any risk, and I can heal 1 light wound, or I can do a focus action, which does incur risk if there's infected in your zone, in your area.
Taking
I should
time to
say.
bandage up.
And I can cure a heavy wound. So I am excited about that because I do all.
And we're in the same spot. We can trade. It will take a die to do so.
Yeah.
But we can trade stuff. That's very cool.
Especially because
We're going to
probably
get
get hurt this turn.
I'm going to get bit.
I'm trying to get bit.
I already stubbed my toe jumping.
Yeah. So I could get you that syringe. Let's think. So I've got.
You're like all the way back here.
I know.
So what do you? Oh, so I guess this is gone.
Yeah. So there's that one infected in my area.
I wish you could jump here, but it's just a little too far.
I know. I think I'm going to move and use an evade to negate the risk, and I'm just going to go
Here?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, man.
I mean, it's interesting because it's like you could like go up here, then like jump down there, and kind of avoid a lot of stuff. Or again, you can kind of try and do what I did, kind of get up here and then start building, hopping around and stuff.
I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to climb up. I'm going to use 2 dice, 1 for the level that I'm climbing up, and then just the base price to climb back up on that small building.
So do you want to do that from here then? Instead of moving here first?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I do. So
Boom. So just get rid of that red die then, because you can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, because you don't need to move here and then do it. You can do it
Correct,
from
thank
here.
you. And I use the evade so I can ignore. And then I'm going to jump, and since I'm using the winged boot, I can
The winged boot.
not have to pay an extra die. So I'm going to jump from that building to this one because it is 1 space in between because you're going 2 spaces total. And jumping is, of course, risky, but I have my safe landing, so I can re-roll
Oh, that's nice.
one of my risk dice. So it's just 1 risk because there wasn't anything. Let's see what we get. Ooh, a spawn.
Oh, that's interesting. Because you could re-roll it. A spawning is going to spawn a viral at this point because we're in nighttime.
I'm going to re-roll it.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a re-roll. See what we get here. All right, a blank. A better
Worth it.
result.
100% worth it.
Absolutely.
Because if you get a light wound, you can maybe do it. So I'm like, I think spawning is not great.
Yeah, that's a really fair point. I think I'm just going to hang on this last die because I like being elevated. There's nothing currently around me that can climb. The howlers can't climb. And it does get me enough to get my yellow die.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to leave it right there.
Okay, so we know what this is going to be. Activation for the infected. So we're going to activate howlers, volatiles, viral, and then biters in that order.
And currently we have
howlers,
howlers and biters.
So first of all, with howlers, they can only be attacked if they're the only infected in that zone, or in that area rather. So if they're like these ones, we cannot attack them
Yes,
basically.
they have 7 toughness.
They're
so
not hit very hard, but they're not
hard to
easy
get rid
kill.
of.
So during the night activation, in range 1, for each zone with a runner, spawn 1 viral. So this range 1 is here. So there is one within range, and they are going to spawn a viral.
Dun dun
Boom.
dun. Guess who can climb? Virals.
Unfortunately, this howler is in range 1 of me. So they're also going to spawn a viral. And again, like I said, virals can jump.
Dang.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not right here.
It's
I
one
forgot.
area, not one's. Yeah.
Yep.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah, range is always
Nick's area is this building itself.
Yeah.
And
The
right here in
zones
the
really
courtyard.
only matter for our movement.
Yeah.
Everything else is just areas, which again is these bold white lines as opposed to the dotted lines. So yeah, so there I forgot. I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm like, oh yeah, there's more than one howler, Nick. Okay, we have no volatile. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, and then the virals. If there are no runners present in range 1, move 1 towards the closest one. All the virals are within range 1 of us, so they won't move. But basically, if they were farther away, they're gonna basically move closer to you. So hopefully during the exposure phase, they can hit you. And then all the biters. What do the biters do? Spread the biters in the most crowded area. What area has the most?
There's 3 in this one.
Oh, this has 5. Most crowded area, I think, is all infected.
Oh yeah, then I think it is that for sure.
Okay, so spread the ones. So they're gonna go to the least most. Oh, throw one on the fire over there.
Yeah, so there's gonna be one here. Oh yeah, you're right.
So boom, that's one area, and they're gonna kind of go clockwise.
And then they'll go into this area.
Oh, I'm sorry, this one already has a biter. So this is the most least.
Yeah, so least, and then this right here, because
Yep.
they can't climb, so they'll go to the next available.
And then right
over
down
here.
there. Yep.
Because again, they can't
So they're
climb.
basically gonna be like just shambling, spreading out.
Doing their thing.
That's how they're gonna move around. Okay, so that's them.
All right.
So now, that exposure phase. So that's their activation. Now the activation phase is done, we'll move into the exposure phase, which is going to be a bit different because we have like volatiles and howlers and stuff.
So it's not going to be good.
Well, not volatiles. We do have virals, rather.
So who has the most exposed?
Oh, me, because I have 3.
You're on 3. Wow.
Yeah, it's probably bad. We did it. We lived this life. Now we're about to end this life. All right, so it's going to be a spawn and a move. Ooh, at the end of the exposure phase, get 1 free push and each defense above infected card. Okay. For each defense above infected attack. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, so if I successfully... Ooh, so... All right, so we're going to have to we do spawns first, and we're going to spawn 3 virals during the night phase. Okay, yeah, so I have 3 spawn symbols. This is the clearest nest. Our nighttime, so we spawn virals. This is bad, bro. I got 4 virals right here. Now, only 2 are moving, so luckily... Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, so now I have 2 movement, so we'll start with the spot with the most infected, and then again, the virals can go pew, doop, and then we'll kind of go around and spawn all the virals we can, and then boop, this one will pop up because the biters can't move up. So that's great. Now the virals only hit for 1. They're not super strong.
Yeah, but you have 3 total things.
I'm gonna get attacked now because they always attack if they're anything with you. So the first thing you do with an attack is you count up the number of infected, and then you have to roll the damage die. And ooh, this is good. So because I rolled a 5, that is more than there are infected attacking me. And so if I rolled this equal amount or lower than the number of infected attacking me, their attack essentially is gonna be +1 because they're essentially like just swarming you on.
Yeah, they're starting to overcome.
Since I rolled more, it's just how many are attacking me. So they each do 1 damage. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. I have no defense, so I'm taking 3 wounds unless I flip this, which I think I'm going to.
Yeah.
Because then I will only have to take 1 heavy wound. So basically the first wound, I'll take 2 wounds. The first one's gonna flip this, blop, bad blood, and then I'll get a second one. So this one is gonna be immediately make a fast attack for free. Ooh, okay. So what should I try and hit?
The virals are harder than the biters. The biters only 4 toughness, the virals 5. So, but you can also roll a crit and kill anything. I mean,
I could. Let's go for one of the virals.
cricket.
Easy.
Oh. If it was any consolation, it wouldn't have killed anything.
Indeed, it wouldn't have killed anything. Okay, so that was rough. Okay, so again, if we get 4 heavy wounds, I'm at 1.5. And okay, so that's me, Mikey. That's my exposure phase.
Okay, so I have 2, so I will draw 2 cards. So we got a spawn and a move and a move.
Okay, so we're going to
right.
spawn a viral.
And now there's 2 virals in that area, and they're both going to hop up with me.
Bing!
Oh, Lord. Okay, I do have 1 die left over I could use as defense, so that's something. But there's 2 infected, so let's go ahead and roll the die out and see if there's any extra stuff. I rolled a 2.
Oh, so they're going to hit you one more.
They are going to hit me for a total of 3 because they each do 1 plus 1 is 3. I will put a die up into my defense. And I think I'll also use this to bring it down to 1.
Yeah. So
mostly because I have a syringe I could quickly heal a light wound, so it'll be easier to deal with. And again, this goes face down. And then these will be over here to the side. So, all right.
It's a little rough. Although I'm pretty close to, I'm going to pick this up and I might just bounce. I might just try and get out of there.
I think you ought to.
All right, so my thing is at the end of the exposure phase, I get 1 free push for each defense above the affected attack. Oh, so I didn't defend above the affected attack, so I won't get to push anybody. So basically, if I defended successfully over the fact, I'm like, I push them all away.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that. And this one has a shuffle symbol, so I do have to shuffle my deck here.
Copy that. I did not have that, so I'll leave my discard pile.
Hate that.
Yeah.
Hate that.
That's a little not ideal.
Yeah, so, I guess we're moving into the next round here.
So we'll need to quickly shuffle the activation deck. We can get our dice back and roll those things.
Any zombies were knocked over, which my cricket bat, if I do a special, can knock people over. They would then become unknocked over again. But you got your momentum die now too.
Yeah. Definitely need to. It's that whole thing of the balance point because you want to get to 4 dice every time to maintain that. But the more dice you hold on to, the more you can use for defense later.
Yeah.
So, it's...
Yeah, so I have also momentum things. At the end of exposure, I can shift 1. So I could move 1, but I'm on a space that I need to do stuff with. So I don't think I'm going to. Otherwise, I would love to be able to shift away from the volatility of this world.
Don't we all, man?
Okay. All right, let me roll these out, and then we'll see who's going first. Okay, I got a bunch of jumps, and a defense, and an evade. And again, my thing is I can use an evade as essentially this die.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah, I got some... I might not be doing too much because I want to not get hit as hard. Okay, Mikey, let's see who's going first. We're all good, right? Yep.
Yes, sir.
It's me again. Okay. What should I do here?
I mean, I think you got to interact with that. And then we'll see what that brings, and then I can determine what you do next. So I think that's what we should start with, because then you have the most dice possible to maybe respond to whatever we're going to read. Which So actually one thing we forgot about is you're not alone.
No,
So it's risky to do it, so maybe attack?
If you're using like your thing, the quick action, those don't cause risk rather. But if I'm trying to interact something on the board, it does. It'll be 3. Oh man, that's not great.
Yeah, I think you attack then and deal with that first, and then interact. I mean, our goal is to interact with these things, so I don't think there's any point in going anywhere.
I mean, I don't really want to stand here and keep getting hit, but that is tough. That is really, really tough. So, I mean, I could attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I might as well attack. So it's like, do I get rid of the biter because they're easier to kill? I guess they both hit me the same.
I would maybe also do your special? Like fatigue die, because
I can knock down one enemy.
Yeah, which is the same as...
Yeah, so I only still roll 1 attack die, which is the only bummer with that. So I'm not hitting any harder, but I can knock down someone, which means they won't activate. So I will fatigue die, which means next round, this will come here, and then I'll get it back. So it's kind of hard to stay in that momentum if you are getting fatigued the whole time. All right, I'm going to go after the biter. Let's see. Oof, I'm glad it shows the biter, not the volatile. Okay, so they're gone. Boom. And then I will use my cricket bat ability to knock them down.
Which means they won't activate. They basically will spend their turn standing back up,
yes.
Which will be nice.
Which is great. Okay, so now we're looking okay.
Less risky.
I do have an evade die, so I'm going to interact with that.
Yep.
Without having to deal with the risk.
Nice.
So
that is claim the stash. So we're going to read 2A. Why don't you read it since you found it?
Found stash. Just as you begin suspecting that you've been played for a fool, you find the marked vent and retrieve a tattered backpack. Inside, you find the tightly sealed black box, that's what we needed, described by your contact along with some useful gear. So repair 1 gear token. Oh, sweet. Take 1 epic item, and then we get to keep this card. So we'll just kind of keep it over here.
All right.
An epic item. What do I got? A DIY grenade. It's definitely a tennis ball, which I love.
That's awesome.
So it's a quick action. Make a range 2 attack with 2 damage die, and we double crit results. So I can just chuck this
down
bad
into
boy.
the freaking garden there.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I could.
It's
a quick attack. It'd be free.
That's a thought.
It is definitely a thought. Okay. So, oh man, I really want, what's the zone situation? Okay, so I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use a jump die. Yeah, I'm going to use a jump die.
Okay.
And I am going to jump to here.
Okay.
Because then I'm kind of far away from stuff. I do have to roll 2 risk dice because I'm leaving a spot and jumping is risky. Might have been a bad idea. Easy. Ooh, spawn and a wound. Okay, well, we're going to spawn something here. And then I get a wound, which is a bummer. So this is going to flip over. What happens now, Nikki? Brace up. Immediately regain the momentum. Oh, man, I had my momentum. So, interesting. So at this point, I think I'm going to climb. I think I'm going to get up to that area. Because I can spend, it's a 2-story building, the thing said. And because if I use my momentum die, you can use one of the momentum things on your thing, which means I can climb for 1 less.
Yeah.
So I can do it. And then I'm in a UV area and infected can't come in there. So I actually don't even need to really worry about this die.
But you have to still use it because you're going up 2 levels. So it's going to take 3 dice total.
Oh, that's fine then.
Minus 1 because you're using your.
Yeah, but
your
they can't come in anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go there. You're already back here. I'm so sorry. I feel like I've ditched you completely.
Do you want to interact with that?
Gosh, should I or should I let you get out of this situation? Should I wait? I mean, they can't come to me.
I don't think it's
so.
any
Like, what's the
bad.
harm of me waiting one round?
I don't think it'll affect my day.
I'm gonna wait then,
Those might be famous last words.
just in case they're like anyone more than 3 zones away just dies.
Just gets nuked. Okay, that's fair.
I think I'm gonna leave it there
Dude, get it
because they can't come in that area, so I'm not gonna get hit. So I don't need to save any dice.
Real quick.
What?
You might as well.
What?
Just throw a grenade down here and see what happens.
You want me to throw it? You really want me to throw it?
I really want you to throw it.
I'll throw it.
No, you don't have to. You don't have
It's
to.
2. No, let's talk. I'm chucking.
I'm just saying, man. They're all like.
I assume it looks like this. Chucking this down into there.
You just got lined up a little.
Yeah, I'm golfing it with this
Yeah.
thing. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll chuck it down there, Mikey. So range 2, that is actually range 2 because 1 area, 2 areas. Range 2, 2 damage dice. So I guess I'm just hitting everything in there.
I mean,
Well, I guess it's a range 2 attack, so I still have to choose who I'm attacking. So, oh gosh, should I try and get rid of that howler?
can't target him.
Oh, you're right. So I guess I'll get rid of volatile. Crits? Okay, it's 8. Dang, I could have gotten rid of that howler. All right, I'll take that. Take one of them out.
Enough.
Chink, no crits though. Dang. Well, maybe we should have left that for later, but hey, we did it, baby.
That's all right.
We did it, baby. Fast and loose all day.
All day.
Okay, we'll see. I was gonna say it's you're up, but we don't know. Oh, it is your.
Okay,
Okay,
it is
wow,
me.
twice in a row. Look at me
All
stacking
right.
the deck.
Oh, dealing seconds out
What
here.
are you doing, Mikey?
I think I'm gonna real quick just use my syringe and just give her this light wound before it, turns
I'm
into
out here getting hurt. It sucks.
something worse.
So that'll go.
Less stuff is better.
Boom. Let's go to the bottom of the deck. Okay.
I think I have to attack. I mean, I'm just I got people here.
I mean, you got evade. You can just bounce.
I do.
I mean, it's up to you. Do whatever. Do it. My question is like, where are you trying to go right now?
That I'm not exactly sure. I mean, there is this up here. We can get those inhibitors.
Yeah.
Um,
Because like to me, I would maybe like jump here,
yeah.
try and like hop up, and like hop over there. It might take you a couple turns or whatever, but it's like,
Well, I could do
man,
this. I could spend 2 evades to pay for that jump.
yeah. You still have to roll
And
1 risk die.
I'd roll 1 risk just from the base risk of jumping,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't have to deal with the extra ones from that. I'll do that. I'll start there. We'll
You
roll
reroll
1.
risk when you're jumping anyway.
I can reroll a risk.
Ooh, a fatigue. Ooh.
I'll reroll that with my safe landing.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, worse. It's an exposure So we'll take an exposure token and add this saying that I will have to draw 1 extra card during the exposure phase. So, okay. Maybe, you know, hey man, do you take what you know you got?
I mean,
So I'm gonna do this and go to boom, springboard.
because you can't jump down levels like that.
Indeed. So let's
Now
see.
you're there.
So, is this all one big zone?
Yes, that is one big zone.
Interesting. Because if I move here, there's a little launch pad right there. I can launch pad.
Gosh, what does that do again?
It's a jump, and you basically can jump up to any level.
That's right. How far?
It's still the normal like space.
Okay.
But I could literally jump up onto this.
That's what I'm
building.
saying. Can you jump up to that? Because if you can,
Or I could jump and just jump over into here.
oh, then you have to get out of that area.
That is true. Golly.
But that's not bad. That jump, I thought there was a jump pad there.
There's epic stuff.
Well, those inhibitors are going to be cool. I know that. I don't know what they do, but I know they're
Doing it.
Dude,
So I'm
let's
going to move
go.
into here. Launch pad.
So you interact with that, which is free.
Yep. That's going to springboard.
Although I guess it would probably incur risk, wouldn't it?
Because I'm jumping that zone. I am leaving an area with an infected. So let's see what happens.
Ooh.
Fatigue. All right, I'll fatigue this time.
I would say park over there, interact with that thing, park over there, and then I'd probably just hang out.
Yeah, I am going to interact with this. So this is going to be S2B.
Okay.
See what we get. Got inhibitors. Takes you a while to rummage through the area to pinpoint exact location of the inhibitors. Eventually, you find the container. Put 1 inhibitor token on this card for each player character. So we'll have 2. Each character can use 1 inhibitor token to upgrade 1 basic dice.
Ooh.
Inhibitor card and tokens can be given to other players via the interact action.
Ooh.
Nice. All right. So we'll put that kind of over here. Burp, burp.
So you can pick one up, yeah? Because you just got one.
Right. So hang on to that. Put in my little area. Boop. This is a focus action, the inhibitors. Use 1 inhibitor token to upgrade 1 of your basic dice to a combat or parkour one. Max once per character.
Do you want to do it now?
Kinda.
Well, I think is like you probably want to use 1 more die to keep your momentum going.
I do.
And then because it's a focus, it would take a die to do that. There's no infected where you are, so you wouldn't have to risk anything.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll do this one because I can hang on to this for extra defense, and I'll spend this to, I'll just upgrade one of these to
Parkour or combat?
I think I want combat. I want more ability to fight stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to upgrade this to a red to be used later.
Let's go.
Okay, very cool. All right, and you can, of course, do the same if...
I think I'd have to get to you, though.
Yes.
Right? Because you have the inhibitors.
Yeah, right. But something we
Well, hopefully, I'm assuming we'll meet back up. I don't know if we're supposed to spread out like this, but we did.
You know.
Okay, so that's us. Right, you dunsies?
I'm done, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hanging on my die for defense.
Well, we know it's going to be them. So the Howler's going to go first. Range 1, for every zone with a runner, spawn 1 viral. I am not range 1.
You're not, yeah.
And, yeah.
1, 2, 1. Oh, so you're good. I am just one.
Is that only one?
Yeah,
Dang.
it's just the one area.
Okay, so spawn a viral over there.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be great.
It's going to be fine. The virals, if no runners, virals are present in range 1, move towards the closest one. So
these ones are going to move.
They are going to move, and
closer.
so are they. Is this one range on here? Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Boop. So they're also going to start moving towards the crew.
It's going to be great.
Okay, and then the Baitas, what's the most populous area? Is it the area next to you?
Yeah.
Because 3, 4,
There's 4 in here. 4 in here.
Yeah, so I guess they would. So they're going to spread. So they're going to go to the least popular area, which I guess is going to be here. I guess here first?
Yeah.
So here
this
and then
one,
there.
So not
Oh,
that, 'cause
that's
it's
a different
across the
area,
zone,
is it?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Is that 3 in there?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I see. I got you.
So we're going to go here,
boom, and then
clockwise will
around.
be around to there. I'm sorry, no, it'll be right here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's them. Now we got an exposure. So because I'm in the UV area, I don't draw any exposure cards or anything like that.
Must be nice.
Just in here with a sun lamp, like tanning with one of those big tanning things.
I don't know what's going on down there. You just really briefly see me go boing, 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 and fly over.
Oh,
that's Gale.
That was Gale right
okay, so I have to draw 3. Normally it's just 2 from this, but I do have an exposure token, so I have to draw an extra.
Yeah.
So we're going to go 1, 2,
spawn. Oh, move.
3, and then at the end of the exposure phase, get 1 free push for each defense above the infected attack, similar to yours, which will be a reshuffle. So 1 spawn happens first.
2 spawns, because that card over there has a spawn
2 spawns happen first, and it'll be in this area right here.
2 volatiles.
Or
viral, sorry. I keep calling them volatiles. They're virals.
There are volatiles, though. So
there are volatiles. Ooh, they're all going to come in with you.
Ugh, this is might be bad. Especially because if you get 2 wounds, you lose your momentum. So
yeah, you might.
We'll see how that goes. Okay, so there's going to be 3 movements. So yeah, these 3 are going to come into here.
Yeah.
They are right next door.
And they only do 1 damage each. So you're going to roll the damage die first.
You needed to get rid of that earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, so roll for damage. Extra damage. So there's 3, so I need to roll a 4 or higher. We rolled a crit, which I think is +2 to their damage, unfortunately.
It is +2. Gosh, they're doing 5 now.
They're doing 5. I will use this to defend myself, which because it has the shield gives me +1. So I have 2 defense. That's the best I can do for myself, unfortunately.
So you're going to
we're going to do 3. So I will lose my momentum, which is a bummer. And
so you're going to get
3.
1 light wound. That turns into a heavy wound.
Heavy wound. Bad blood. Immediately make a fast attack for free. You can make it heavy. All right. So I'll at least do that. So I'll do my chop suey cleave for 1.
So you're going to do a special one? You have to fatigue something if you do that.
Oh, it says you can make it heavy. Is that just fun for funsies?
I think you can make it heavy means you can choose to make it a special attack.
Oh, okay.
But you'd have to fatigue a die.
Got it. So it'll be a fast attack. 5 will take 1 out. All right.
Right to the head.
Let's go.
Donk. It's like
Shank. Sir.
Miss.
Okay, so at least there's that. It's one less problem to worry about on the next turn.
Okay.
And we got bad blood.
Okay. So, toughie.
Brutal.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on. People who are down are gonna stand back up.
Yes, sir.
And we're moving on back to our thing. So let's shuffle these up again. Oh, I was already moved that. So we're on 10. Okay, so now I hope I go first again because I really want to just pop this and see what happens.
I think that's priority 1, man.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. So then my fatigue thing will go here because.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I have one that goes to. I think I have one
you
that fatigue
do
as well. So that's in the cooldown.
Yep. Okay, got some evade, a jump, a push. I mean, I'm up here, so who knows? Yeet. Okay, it's Mikey first.
Okay.
What are you doing, bro?
I gotta get the heck out of
You
Dodge.
gotta bounce, man.
The thing that's interesting though is like right now the Howler is alone in this area, and so it's like, do I?
They have 7 health though, but it's like
I went and did my heavy attack. I get to roll 2 dice. It might just not be. And I could.
I mean,
gosh, I don't know.
It's not the worst idea.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, it's because the Howlers are going to be basically spawning virals the whole time.
Yeah.
Although we're almost out of virals, so if we have to spawn,
then we go to volatiles.
Yeah, so we don't really. Although we have to kill them to get rid. I think we're going to start getting volatiles. I've been running around trying to do stuff, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Man, I wish you went first. That's such a bummer.
Me too. That's from the night phase. It's like it's just chaotic. Like you don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm also in an area with lots of folks. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move out
Yeah.
And there's 2. I'm using an evade, so I only have to roll 1 risk. And I'm going to move here.
Ooh, nothing.
Blank.
Lovely.
I also have it where it's cheaper to climb. If I try to climb up here, I could do it for 2 dice because it's a level 2 building. So I could basically discount it by 1. But if I do that, I don't think I'm going to be able to attack. So I feel like I have to kind of, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to attack using this. So if I fail, I'll at least push the Howler away.
Yeah.
And then I'll still have this. I can at least climb up onto something like this, which will be something. So let's do that. I'll do my Chop Suey, my heavier attack. That has cleave, so basically if I had multiple things, I kind of overkilled one. I could, in theory, spill that over to the next and maybe knock
now
out
you will
2
have
things.
to fatigue a die if you want to do that one. So you have to fatigue that last die there.
That's right.
But the thing is, if you don't roll 2 die, you literally can't kill the Howler.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. Well, we could crit.
No, that's a good point.
I like my odds with 2 dice of that, so I will fatigue a die. 5 and 1 is 6, not enough. Dang it.
Oh man.
Me and dice. Darn, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
All right, I'll spend this last one here, so I'll at least get this back to climb up, and I'll have to roll a risk, which is fatigue a die. Oh, this is going poorly.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, it's going to be a short round for me next time. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
See who's next.
It's me.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm gonna interact with that.
All right.
maybe I should have done this last time.
Yeah, I think probably, but oh well.
The safe house. The safe house is right where your contact told you it would be, but it turns out to not be safe after all. You sweep it clean and find no one's home. You find the UV lamp, but it's running on fumes. You head for the roof to assess your situation. There's an infected closing in from all sides. You try and raise your contact, but he's not responding. Rude. Eventually, you catch a glimpse of a purple glow emanating from an area to the north. Most likely, it's a safe zone. It looks like it's not over for you yet. Reveal card S4. Okay. At the end of this round, remove the UV token in this area. So this area is not safe forever. The players need to reach the area with the 5. Where's the 5?
I think it's going to be revealed.
Oh, maybe. To the next to the GRE building. Once a runner moves there, reveal card S5. Okay, what's that?
Okay, so S4, helping hand. You suddenly hear someone calling out for help. A lone figure is waving a lit flare from a distant rooftop. With the sun gone and all the noise they're making, they're not going to last for long. Place token 4 on the metro building and red marker on the round track 2 spaces from now. So we are in 10. This will go to 12.
Okay.
And on the metro building... All right, so we have an option. If we interact with this, we get to read S4A, and if we don't, when the event is reached, we read S4B. So,
yes, and that probably will be good for that person.
Side quest. All right, what else are you gonna do, man?
I don't know. So I guess that was free, huh? So I guess I should start trying going this way.
I think so. I mean, I think that's where we gotta go.
Right? Like,
I think that's where we gotta go.
Man, I wish this was only 2 areas because I could just jump straight to it, but I can't.
Yeah.
I could jump down to here, but then I'm like...
You could jump down in here, and then...
I guess it's only one of those people, huh?
Just the howler.
Yeah, I think I'm going to jump. Yeah, I'll just jump, and I'll go boom. Just immediately leave that, because that's going to turn off anyway. And then I think... I'm going to spend. Oh man, I could probably get there this turn. Should I just do it?
Yeah, you want to help out the person with the flare?
Oh, I could get up there. Oh yeah, let's do it. I'm right here.
Like
so I'm going to spend 2 to climb up 1 story. I'm going to spend an evade, so I don't have to worry about this Howler. I'm not even trying to kill him because they have 7 health. And I'm here, so I'll interact with this.
All right. Could be a trap, man. Bet you it's a trap. Call him trap.
Helping hand saved. I'm guessing helping hand. The other one would be. very much eaten.
Yeah,
The crowd attracted by the survivor didn't make things easy for you, but you managed to reach him first. I can't believe it worked. Was it the flare or the screaming that did it? You recognize him from a wanted poster. He's deep in with the PK and they have him for homicide. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, come on. You're not thinking of turning me into those psychos. Look, I didn't do it, okay? I blew the whistle on some shady stuff they did and now they want my skin. Please, I can make it worth your while. I know you must have heard it 1,000 times already, but I got this safe house, okay? I'll take you there and you can take all you want. Screw it. Keep the whole place. Just don't let them get me. To turn the survivor in at the PK outpost, escort him and leave him on any zone on the water tower tile. Reveal card S4C. Let him tag along. Escort him to 5 and keep this card. I'm already heading to 5.
Yeah, bring him with. It's gonna be great.
Very horrible.
This might be very bad for us.
We're gonna get absolutely betrayed.
This will be fine.
Okay,
we'll
so
take that off. You can put that on your card.
Yeah.
This is your friend here.
Yeah. Boom.
I'm gonna get back and be like, who did you meet? How did you meet someone in the apocalypse? This is meet cute? This is zombie meet cute? All right.
Yeah, right? Okay, so, I mean, to get
Jump
there,
to it?
I mean, I wouldn't even need to jump. I could just walk into
yeah,
there,
yeah.
right? Like, well, actually, I guess, no, I'd have to jump there.
No, you can walk there because you're not leaving an area, so you wouldn't incur the risk. It would take both your dice. It's taking both your dice either way.
So should I just stay here then? And not...
No. You gotta go,
Just
man.
gotta go for it? Okay, so...
Will I be able to get back there? Well, we'll see.
I think I'm just leaving Mikey behind, unfortunately. So...
So I was like, I got the inhibitors. No, the inhibitors. I got them. You want one?
I think I'm gonna go down. So I can go down to here, but then I have to walk to here, huh? Well, it's in the area, right? So it's in the whole area. So yeah, so I'll just move down.
Okay.
And then I could interact with that. It's gonna be 3 risk to do so. Is that a terrible idea?
That's a good point. I didn't think about the risk.
Should I not do that?
Do you stay on the old roof?
I feel like, I mean, the problem is, yeah, I'm gonna get mobbed right now, regardless.
Well, you move down, you can push one out of your area with that move you just did.
That's true.
So you could, I mean, that's only 2 risk, and you could use your evade. I don't know.
I give my evade as a defense, and when I do that, it's worth an extra defense, kind of like it's a defense die.
I mean,
so
that's the thing is you're also just in the middle of, I don't know, man.
And that's the thing. It's like the problem is if I stay up here, these 2 virals will probably come to me. But if I'm down here, then like all of these are here, and the virals will almost always jump
maybe
down
stay
to me.
on the roof. I don't know.
Or should we just be about it?
I mean, we'd be about it, but
Well, because this is potentially a safe house.
I wonder if they're referring to this safe house that you were just in, though.
No, because they said escort to 5.
Right.
So they at least know about this. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I will push though. I think you're right. I'm gonna push them back here. And then I'm gonna roll 2 risks. This is terrible. We're going fast and loose, y'all. We're going super fast, super loose, easy.
The fatigue and die, and you're drawing extra exposure. Well, we're going to draw a 15 before, so.
I was only drawing 2.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, I interact with this, Mikey. So,
okay.
it's 5, right?
I think so.
Because 4B is the other stuff for this. 4B was me not saving this person, and 4C is the other one for this.
Okay. So does that say when you get there?
So you got real S5. Sorry, it's on my card over here. Boom, we're going for it.
Okay.
One last push. The UV's coming out of a barred window on the 2nd floor of what used to be a clothing store. A grizzled man is watching you from it as you approach the automatic door. Is it you? He asks. I'm only opening this door once, so if there's someone you're waiting for, they better catch up fast. Once all runners begin a new round in this area, draw card S6. So Mikey, you got to get here. Because then I think we will get to that safe. We'll be able to come into the safe house. Problem is, safe house isn't here yet. I'm going to get 8.
Oh, all right. Well,
that's me.
Well, at least now we know what we need to do, right? We know the mission.
You need to just boogie. Absolutely boogie.
Yeah, I do.
Hopefully now you go first next round. Okay, they are going to go again as we knew. So the Howlers, Mikey. Range 1. I am range 1. So a viral will go here.
Okay.
Are they within range 1 of you? They are. So a viral will go next to you.
All right. And there's that nest, which I think is maybe also.
No, there's another area here.
Okay.
Yeah, luckily. Okay, the virals, if they're not within 1 range, they're going to move to being with 1 range. So they're going to come here. They're going to come towards you. I think everyone else is in one range. And the biters, what's the biggest area
These guys are
of...
going to come in. Oh, man, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, oof. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to survive this one. What's the biggest area with people? There's 5 over here, 5 over here, 4 over there. So it'll be one of these two. All the biters are going to spread. So I guess we'll just have this one go here. Well, that's actually a different... two... There, I guess, yeah.
There's no one in that zone area.
All right.
Well, there is one in this area. But
Yeah, but they're all equal then. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. So they'll just move out there. Okay.
man,
And then the exposure phase, Mikey.
it's going to be great.
It's going to be fine.
It's gonna be so
So I have to
great.
draw 3. So what has the most exposure? It's going to be me drawing 3, yeah?
Yeah,
So I have to
I
go
only have
first? Okay, so I'm only at 2, but I have an extra exposure token. So we're going to go. And I'm definitely going to be using that. So I'm just going to put that there now. It's going to be 2 defense. This will be spawn, move, move, and move. And virals activate in range 2.
Oh, boy.
For me, that won't actually matter because they're all range 1.
Okay.
But I will spy.
Oh, how are we going to survive this, man?
I don't think I'm gonna right now, honestly, because we have to spawn one. We're out of virals, and so. And then 4 movement. So volatiles are moving first. And then 2 more movement. I guess it'd be the most populous one first, and then clockwise. So boom, 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 boom.
Oh.
There's a chance. Not really. Not really.
You're
Not really.
defending for 2.
I think we might lose right now, Mikey.
No, dude, no.
Because that's 4. No, I'm sorry. That was 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Then. 4. Boom. Because I have 4 movement.
My goodness.
Yeah, this is bad. I was expecting to go back into a safe area. I wasn't really expecting.
Oh, we should have waited.
I mean, the thing is, if I was up here, it wouldn't have made a difference. I don't think, because they all these volatiles and stuff and vials would just jump up here. Okay, so they're all gonna attack. I got 2 defense,
Sure.
3 defense.
We'll go ahead and roll that die and
They might do more.
See if you just.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I literally can't not have this happen. Okay.
You got as close as you can.
Okay, so that means they're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And the volatiles are
6,
3.
7, 8, 9 damage. I'm doing blocking 2.
No way, man.
So I'm gonna be taking.
We can use that in both times to block 4. Your jacket.
Oh no! This was. I'm sorry. I have
You repaired it.
3. Yeah, no.
repaired
Sorry. So I can block 4. So I'll be taking 5 hits. It doesn't matter. Because I'll take 5 hits, which will be a light wound, a heavy wound, a light wound, a heavy wound, and then that'll be it. Right?
Would it be a situation where when you reveal the first heavy wound that it
Well,
might
let's see.
save
I
your
guess we
bacon?
should go through it. We should go through it. So boom, that's 1, 2. Push 1 infected from my area. Well, I guess we've already calculated
it'll
this
matter.
stuff. So unless one of these is like heal, I don't think it's gonna matter. Boom, boom. Until this wound is healed, each jump costs you 1 additional die. Okay. I don't think I made it out of that.
No.
I'm guaranteeing that would have been the end of the scenario too. So if we'd gotten like 1 more turn, if you had
Dude, I was gonna jump
absolutely,
down here, pick up a gear, hop it. Oh man, I had plans, I had thoughts.
I think we could have done it next round if you had been able to go first again. Well, actually, it wouldn't make me go first if you had gotten through your exposure. Because keep in mind, you have like 3 virals and stuff. You have 5 virals next to you too. So like,
we needed to kill more stuff, man. I was just too into the hardcore parkour.
it's tough.
Parkour!
Man,
Should we take a peek if this would have been good?
yeah, check it out.
I will say nothing.
Ooh.
Maybe we would have won. We needed
close.
1 more turn.
I know. What a
All
bummer.
right, man.
Dang it.
You just needed to have that.
Oh,
you know?
man.
You're
Oh,
trying
that
to
was
play
such a-
cricket in a world where you need sharp blades.
I should have waited here 1 more turn because that would have gone away at the end of the turn, but would have given you time to kind of move.
Right.
And then we probably could have done this. Although we didn't know we both needed to be there, but like,
Well, yeah, we were. I was worried that the inhibitors over here were a bit of a bait.
I think you shouldn't have gone for that. And I think maybe I should have left well enough alone. And I know myself, I know better than that. But I want to, I want no stones left unturned. Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Which is just not always smart.
Nah.
Oh, it's all right. GG, man. It's all right. Now we're one of them.
So that was boom. Dying Light the board game. Maybe
got
a
close,
little
man.
too. It's funny because I was like, man, we were too risky, but we actually got relatively close. I think I should have stayed on top of that tower with the UV light for one more round.
It was fading. We had one more round.
And I was like,
safety.
no, I was going to jump down there. Let's see what's the worst that could happen.
I know. And as always, maybe we learned lessons like don't engage with NPCs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, real talk.
It took up extra time for you.
In this world, just let them go.
I know, let them go. But that is Dying Light, the board game. There is, again, a campaign going for this right now from Glass Cannon Unplugged, and do check that out. Big thanks to Glass Cannon Unplugged for sponsoring this playthrough, and we'll get out of your hair, so bye.
Bye.